Alright, so today I wanted to talk a little bit about frsky and rssi, because lately I've just been having crazy weird problems with rssi not working and shit like that. But then on other quads it just works without even having to do anything, and it's just crazy. So I'm going to show you real fast, and you're just going to have to take my word for it that I didn't have to do anything special to make this shit work. So I'm going to grab this Raycon 76. Okay. Now, I don't know what the deal is, but what I can tell you is this is a Omnibus F4 flight controller in here, and the receiver is the frsky, and it's not the kind that you have to like hold two wires together to put into bind mode or whatever. This one actually has a bind button, so it's the one from Banggood. It's not the one from like Ready to Fly Quads. That's the only place I've really seen that other one at. Actually, you know what? I have one right here. Let's see. Yeah, this is it right here. So this is the one you get from like Ready to Fly Quads, and it says right there frsky right here, all chromed out. It says 10/16. I don't know if that's the date it was made or what, but this is the one where you have to join like the ground and the power and the signal or something like that to make it go into bind mode. Okay, so it looks just like this, except it has a bind button, and you can kind of see it. I don't have one out in the open right now, but that's it right there. Okay. Now, when I hook these up in Betaflight, the only thing I have to do is make sure the OSD is on in the configuration tab, go to the receiver tab, set the RSSI to auxiliary 5, and then when I have my radio on and the battery's plugged in on the quad, on the screen in Betaflight in the receiver tab, you see auxiliary 5, the bar just kind of bouncing around, so you know that that's the RSSI and that it's working just fine. Okay. Okay, so we know that works. Actually, I'll show you real quick. Same thing with the B-Core V2. The B-Core V2 also has RSSI built into the receiver or the flight controller, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's the receiver, but all I have to do is the exact same thing as this frsky, and I just put it on, set RSSI to auxiliary 5 in the receiver tab, and that's it. RSSI works perfect in the OSD. Okay, so I need to get these, try to get all my VTXs to be on the same channel so I don't have to keep flipping through channels all back and forth all the time on here, but I don't like the search on this screen. It stops at every single one that has any kind of signal. Okay. So I need to put it on this on my radio. Okay, here we go. It's on that now, so it should be binding up. There we go. See, it went to 99 on the screen up here. So, and then if I move my radio away and shit, you know, you can see it moving around, so you know it's working. There, I got it back down behind me and shit, moving it around. It's going down to 80s and stuff, down to 70 almost. Okay, so we know that the RSSI is working just fine on this quad. And like I said, I didn't have to do anything except set it to auxiliary 5 in the receiver tab. Okay. Now, this quad, this is a Retorius CB 2.5. I did this, I hooked this up. I did a video on this a while back saying it was the coolest quad I ever built, because it is. I mean, it has every, you know, every kind of option you can want in Betaflight. So let me set my radio to this. Now, what I'm going to show you actually is it working now, but the other day I had no RSSI in my OSD, but I had RSSI in my radio that was working just fine. It just wasn't working in my OSD, and I had no idea what the hell was going on. I posted a post in a Facebook group asking about it, and nobody really knew, you know. Some people said, It was like the firmware on the flight controller, and I tried that and it wasn't that. And some other people said that you have to like set up an auxiliary channel in your radio or some shit like that. And I didn't actually try that until today. And I just tried it, and it actually works now. So I don't know, I don't know what's going on, but I will show you what I did in case you're having the same problem. I noticed in my Facebook post that there was a bunch of other people having the exact same problem. So let me show you real quick. So I'm going to show you now that the RSSI is working in my OSD. And it wasn't the other day, but it is now, and it's working in my OSD as well as my radio, and they're identical to each other. So let me show you real quick. So there it is up on the screen. You know, it's moving 99, 98. If I do the same thing as the other one, you know, go behind myself, now it's going down to 80s. This one's actually working a little bit better than that frsky one, but yeah, okay, so I'll show you in my radio. If I hold down the page button, see 97, 98, it's moving exactly the same as on the screen in the OSD. They're identical to each other. So it's working perfect. And I'll show you exactly what I did to make it work. I don't know how it makes it work, but it did. So let me show you real quick. So here's what I did. Page to inputs, and go down to the first available one, which was like 7 for me because I have like 3 auxiliaries: ARM, flight modes, beeper, and failsafe, and then RSSI. So go to an open one and press enter, and then you want to name it RSSI, and then you go down here and you click on this and you cycle through until you find RSSI. There's a RSSI, and then there's a negative and a positive. You want it on just the regular, no negative or positive, just regular. Okay. Then go down to scale and set this to 100%. The weight, I don't remember if I changed this to 100 or not. I think it might have already said 100, so I don't think I messed with that. I think I only changed the scale. Okay, and then exit out of there. Go to the next page, the mixer. Go down to that same first available one, which was 9 for me. Press enter, and then you'll be right here. You just go down to weight and change it to 200. You can see it says 200. Okay, and then the offset negative 100. Okay, and that's all I did. That's it. And now my RSSI works. And I have it set to auxiliary 5, same as all my other quads that the RSSI works on. It's on auxiliary 5 in the receiver tab in Betaflight. And that's just crazy. It's crazy shit. I don't know what the hell the deal is with that, but doing that in my radio works. So if you have a receiver that RSSI is supposed to be working on, doesn't matter if it's an XM Plus, as long as you flashed it for RSSI, you know, I mean, it's the same deal. The RXSR should come already set for RSSI to work, as well as, like I said, the B-Core V2 and these frsky receivers. I guess that would also include any of the Fish Pepper flight controllers with the built-in frsky, because that is the same as this receiver. So that one also has RSSI that works, along with some telemetry. So yeah, just wanted to show that real fast, in case that might help somebody out to get your RSSI working, because I mean that's probably about half of the reason why I switched to frsky was for RSSI from Spectrum. So yeah, any questions or comments, leave them below, and thank you for watching.